All right, hey guys, Jason here. We're up here at Vaden Jeep Ram up here in Savannah, Georgia, and it is hot. I'm dying out here. I mean, my eyeballs are literally sweating. It's 90-something degrees, and we've been making 8 videos today, and I am just roasting out here. There's no doubt about it. But we're going to talk today. Should you buy a 25 Gladiator? Or now the 26s are out? We have information on the 2026s. What is the smartest choice for you? So the 2026's prices have dropped. They are dropping. Not quite as significant as the 2026 Wrangler is, but we know that the prices are coming down on the 2026s. We have not heard anything about a high tide returning for 2026. We've not heard about a dark sky returning. We do know there is a new Texas Trail edition coming, and we know that they have now got a toolless removal for the doors. It is a cotter pin, basically, type thing set up to remove the doors that is coming, but there is not a lot changing yet. Now, so should you wait for that 2026? There's a new color possibly coming called Rain, which is a purple. Kind of looks like Barney. It's a pretty cool color, not gonna lie, that I can't wait to see. But 2026, so far what we know is nothing major. Now, the website is not updated with a build-in configurator, but they are actually taking orders, and the order forms are open. Big shout out to Dirt Road Cred. That's where you get a lot of your Jeep information. You should be subscribed to their channel if you are into Jeep stuff, because they are the Jeep authority on everything that is Jeep, hands down, and they are always the first to let you know. So, but now, should you buy a 2026 or buy a 2025? Where are we standing at on it? I'm fighting, you know, I'm off-roading here in Crocs is what I'm doing on this cool course that they have here, so we can look at some of these. But when we think about the reality of this, and we look at these things, look at this Mojave. Look at how nice this is. Love the setup. My favorite hood on a Jeep. Okay, they do these things so well. When we start thinking about the reality of that and knowing that there's not much that has changed, not much that is different, where should you spend your money? Well, look at the facts. There could be also a chance that we get more things coming out later on, but we are not getting a Hemi yet. It is not yet announced. Maybe later in the year they will announce a Hemi option. We do not get the, right here's what's coming over here for. We do not get the 35 Extreme package yet. Talked about this in another video. I'll link it at the end. It shows everything about what you are and are not getting. So we know that that stuff is not yet available on the Gladiator, unfortunately. It should be. It's not. So knowing it is not, knowing really the only major change is it's going to come down a little bit in price, maybe $1,000. Nothing major in price changes is coming for this thing. Buy a 26 or buy a 2025. My opinion, based on the information and the knowledge that we currently have at this exact moment, would be to buy the 2025. Look at this, they drive right over these. That's pretty awesome. But my opinion would be to buy the 2025. And the reason I say that is because you're going to get the good deals. Mojaves, like this one sitting right here. There are people right now that are getting these things for $43,000 and $45,000 for these 2025 Mojaves. That is a $59,000 sticker price vehicle, and they're getting them for $45,000. That is incredible. The Rubicon, like this Fathom Blue Rubicon that we got sitting right over here, same kind of thing. $43,000 to $45,000 is what people are paying for these trucks. When a 2026 comes out, we don't know if those deals will be that good. That is a $59,000 truck. Even in 2026, if they drop that price from $59,000 down to $58,000 and make it woohoo, it's cheaper now, and that is a very good thing. Still, are you going to be able to get a 2026 for $45,000? Probably not anytime soon. So the deals, and there are a lot of Gladiators available in the country right now. So, and there will be a lot of them come time, which is going to be November and December, which is the prime buying time. There will probably be anything that you are looking for available, and you might be able to even do better. Imagine getting a $60,000 Rubicon or Mojave for $40,000 or $43,000, you know, at best deals in December. That's going to be pretty impressive. There's a lot to be said for what you have now and available, since they're not doing any changes on 26s. Now, if we hear between now and then the 2026s, they're going to offer a Hemi later on, or that they're going to offer a 35 package later on, or we hear this stuff and find out about it, that might change your opinion, and I understand it. Everything is a risk. We don't know the future. We don't know what's coming. The only people that do is Jeep. We have no idea. But with that said, based on the information we have now, if you are planning one, if I was planning to buy another Gladiator and I was thinking about it, what I would be doing is I would be watching the inventory levels on these things. I would be scouring Auto Trader, Car Gurus, and Cars.com regularly, and I would be looking to see, because I want them, Rubicon is the only trim I want. Sorry, it's the only one that works for me. Mojave is nice, but I need, the Rubicon is what I have to have. And so I would be scouring the internet, watching, and I would write down on a Post-it note what the actual inventory levels of Rubicons within 500 miles or 1,000 miles of me, even countrywide. But I would write down the amount of Rubicons that are available. So let's say that there's 2,500 or 3,000 2025 Rubicons available. I would write that down. And then I would check that again, I would check that number again next month. And now maybe it's down to 1,700, or 1,700 of them that are still available. I'm okay with that too. And then, that puts us into October. And then we go next month, we check it again, and by November, we're getting down to about 1,000 of them left. If I haven't heard of anything new changes coming for the 2026 other than what we just talked about, and nothing else is happening, we get close to that 1,000 mark, I'm probably jumping on a 2025 for those deals that are going to happen, and I'll buy it in November. People will say, well, maybe you should wait till December and see. Maybe, but there's also that inventory level. When inventory starts to get too low, when this dealership who has, just sitting here, not counting what's scattered around the dealership, but here we got 1, 2 there, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We got 12 of them, 12 Gladiators just sitting right here. So I mean, there's probably 25 on this whole lot between the other lots, but we got 12 Gladiators sitting right here right now. Okay, when this dealership gets down to the point where they only have 5 or 6, they're not going to deal as good. So you got to take that into consideration. And on this lot, from what I see, we only have 1 Rubicon, which means that if I am looking for a Rubicon, this particular dealer might already be past the point of dealing on this 2025 Rubicon. Now again, there might be others scattered about. This lot wraps all the way around and goes all the way over there. They might have others somewhere, but right here we got 1 Rubicon. So with only 1 Rubicon, you have to, point being, you have to watch your inventory levels. It might be smarter for you to jump right now than it is to even wait another month or 2. It's all timing and it's all a crapshoot and you don't know. But the good news is, even if you screw it up and you don't time it right and you don't get that good deal, eventually the 26s will start offering deals. But I do believe that the deals on the 25s are going to be better. That's what I'm trying to get at. So in my opinion, I'd buy the 2025 all day over waiting on a 2026 with what is happening right now. And maybe if the deals come along later on and the 2026 gets a new Hemi in it, fantastic. Or a 35 Extreme package, fantastic. Then that means it'll probably stick around for 2027, and I'll give it time and let that 2026 with the brand new 5.7 Hemi that they're going to put in there, which people are like, well, that engine's already proven. The engine might be proven, but you got to have everything wired up right. You got to get the drive line to attach. You got to have everything dialed in right. And it is, I don't care if it's an old engine or not, it is a new world in this platform. And everything would have to be dialed in. And I would much rather give it 6 months or a year and let any of those issues pop up, get dialed in, get fixed, get solved, whatever the case is. We know that with the, with the 5.7 going into the 26 Rams. They just said that. Why did it not, why was it such a problem for them to do it? Because the wiring architecture of the 2025 Ram was not built for a Hemi. It was built for a Hurricane, and it was built to be a different world, and the Hemi does not fit into that architecture, and so they had to remodify all kinds of sensors, change everything around, do so much work to put a 5.7 Hemi, even though it's an old engine, into the new Ram truck. The same will apply if you try to stuff a 5.7 Hemi into this Gladiator. Can it be done? Yes. America's Most Wanted has done it, and done it probably better than Ram's going to do. They did a fantastic job. Point being, I'd buy the 2025 rather than wait for the 2026. That's my advice. You do whatever you want to. My job is just to bring you the information, but that is my thought on it. Questions, comments, any additional information, please put it below. Thanks for watching.